Daring Abroad, brought to you by Equity Bank, Diaspora Banking.
He sells insurance in the US and water in Nakuru, Kenya. Today on Daring Abroad, the story of Wilson Kimani Wanguhu.
We've come to understand how systems work. Systems are important. Systems are the ones that will make you be able to operate this place without being here every day.
He came here 22 years ago as a teenager on a student visa. He's gone through the system, learned how America works. Now, he is an insurance agent. He owns that company that is based here in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah, I came here in Q18 and then of course, you can get into the system, basic jobs. Nilianza kufanya kazi na fast food, nilikuwa na pick up burgers, I use hot dogs. Hiyo yote, I've done it. I used to get the orders wrong, sikuwa nasikia kizungu yao, lakini nilisurvive. I went nikaanza kufanya kazi kwa gas station kuuza mafuta. And then kutoka hapo nikaingia career where tulikuwa
So unafanya hiyo ndio upate pesa ya kulipa fees?
Hiyo ni ya kulipa fees.
Alafu sasa uko.
And now sasa we are here, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we are counting our blessings.
Wilson, whose area of expertise is business administration and information technology, is a partner in Ameritrust Insurance Group.
I have a partner. She owns a smaller part of the business, and actually we came from the same companies that we worked before and decided to venture ourselves out on ourselves, because what we do right now, it's our own. Yeah, and actually she's from West Africa, so we came together to be able to capture the larger African market. We do home insurance, we do auto insurance, we do commercial insurance, which is broken down to trucking insurance and property insurance, and then we do life insurance. So those are specifically our daily businesses that we do.
Insurance is a business not for every Tom, Dick, and Harry, according to Wilson.
I'm among the very few, actually in Atlanta, very few writing insurance business here. And I got into it because of a passion. Insurance in America is part of everything you do here. Every day you wake up, you are dealing with insurance. If it's your car, you're gonna need insurance. If it's your home, you're gonna need insurance. If you walk into such a business, we must have insurance. In case you fell down here, we'll be able to pay you.
To grow in this industry, one must have good networking and negotiating skills.
As much as insurance is the partner in everything you do, people didn't understand how insurance works. They don't even know, so they just pay premiums. They do these things because they are told to do, but they don't understand the logic, the reasoning, the rationale behind the insurance industry. And that's where we have found our niche.
Wilson, who was born and brought up in Nakuru, observes that the insurance principle is the same whether in Kenya or USA, but this is the difference.
Insurance here is bigger because it's one of those things that are mandatory to have. It's a must-have. Unlike Kenya, where you'll find somebody getting away with so much because they are not being forced to get into the whole industry. Here, if you open a business, the first thing you must show, you have coverage.
Wilson's advice is that when you see people doing well abroad, do not think it's all rosy.
If you're stable in Kenya, don't come, because when you land here, we know stories of people who came here and they used to be bank managers. They used to be really stable where they're doing. And they hear the American dream and come and chase it. You come here, you start from square A. You start from nothing. Now, what happened is, because not there are people who transfer some of their skills here, but in most of them, you may need to come and get recertified and all that. So if you're gonna come here, also come with a game plan.
Now it's time for the Miles Away segment. When we return, why Wilson is selling water in Kenya and not insurance like he does in the US.
Talk of investing back home and savings and credit cooperative organizations, commonly known as SACCOs, have become important vehicles through which Kenyans in the diaspora are channeling investments back home. The Department of Diaspora and Consular Affairs at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Commissioner of Cooperatives have been the driving force behind the formation of the SACCOs. The SACCOs have helped cure challenges like friends and relatives of Kenyans abroad squandering remittances sent through them. The other challenge has been costly and stringent requirements by financial institutions. Kenya USA Diaspora SACCO was among the first SACCOs to be registered outside Kenya. The SACCO was registered in January 2012. Still in North America, there is the Kenyan North America Diaspora SACCO with over 600 members. In Ireland, there is the Kenya Ireland Diaspora SACCO that was initiated in June 2014 and registered in Kenya in January 2015. In Qatar, there are 2 SACCOs run by Kenyans. Similar SACCOs also exist in the UK and the United Arab Emirates, to name a few. For Miles Away, I'm Michael Zimati.
I emailed you the quote.
When I met Wilson in his office in Atlanta, he was in a suit at his desk. Several miles away back home, we see him more active, upbeat, in the business of selling water and not insurance. He is the CEO of Rift Drops, a water bottling company in Nakuru, a family venture.
My family, my brother and my mom, we are involved in this. Yes, we started small, and right now we can say we have almost 10-15 people working with us directly, and other people who are also sales, which also expand that number probably to about 25 or more. We wanted to start something for the local community. Everybody you see here does not live more than 10 minutes from here. This factory is for them. We created a factory for this community. If it's like the sales lady you see here, she came in just as a regular person, guess what? Now she's the one who drives the truck, she's the one who does all the sales within the city, and we are very proud to see this community grow with us.
They started small, with their first line being retail.
The one we started was door to door, kiosk to kiosk. We would go meet everybody and try and introduce our product. Our product is based on referrals and meeting people and introducing our product to them.
Secondly, came the big companies seeking branded water in the name of their companies.
We have hotels. We do a lot of hotels and a lot of institutions who we regularly go ahead and produce their water, branded water, where it will be carrying. A lot of people drinking our water here may not know that they're drinking our water because it's branded to that organization's name. We have a borehole, and then we install systems for purifying the purification of the water.
What inspired you to go into this business?
Good point. I was inspired by a friend of mine who actually brought up a very interesting point. They mentioned that the missing gap right now in Kenya is manufacturing. And they advised me, no matter how small you go in, put your foot in. Start small, no matter how small it is, and then you'll find your way into the whole process. Manufacturing is the key factor missing in Kenya for this economy to go. We cannot keep depending on everything coming from the outside. We cannot be importing water to drink. We cannot be importing soaps.
Kimani says exposure in the diaspora has contributed a great deal to his business skills.
Being out there and being exposed to a wider concept of business and how things function. When you come here, you start seeing great opportunities. The opportunities surround you in every way. If you ask me, I can't keep up with the opportunities that I'm seeing.
And with technology, it's possible to run businesses between continents miles and miles away from each other.
We've come to understand how systems work. Systems are important. Systems are the ones that will make you be able to operate this place without being here every day.
If you are talking about money coming back to Kenya, this is it.
Yeah, this is what you call it. Why it gets to a point, this is where we should be thinking as diaspora. It needs to be when you're leaving diaspora, you should not be carrying money in your pocket to come and spend here. You should already be having a source of income here. I'm starting to see this come into reality. living in both worlds, 50-50. Where I go to Atlanta and walk into an office, I land in Atlanta in 3 days. The next day I'll go into my office and work. And land here, and the next day I'm in my office here and working. That's the world we want to be in.
Talk about doing business in two worlds, and financial institutions have a key role to play.
When I live outside, Equity already is working with people like us to help them understand what it will take for me to be approved here and be treated like I'm a Kenyan who's already operating businesses. And that's why when I come here, the bank account for what we are doing here is an Equity account. I can operate it from Atlanta. I pay bills from Atlanta already.
So having done business in both the US and Kenya, Kimani feels, unlike in the US, corruption and bureaucracy are a big challenge in Kenya.
When we started this fact, the team that we employed first, we told them clearly, this is for you guys. We want to help this community grow. But when it comes to a point where the bureaucracy are too much, that at some point you feel that it's not worth it. You know, you feel discouraged. I wish the government would encourage us more and support us and help some of these bureaucracies break down.
A tale of two businesses in two cities. That's Wilson Kimani's story as we wind up with this Diaspora Bite.
For a very long time, the planners of this country were planning our development without involving this huge constituency of 3 million Kenyans. Now, since we started the implementation of the Diaspora policy in 2015, the government realized that we cannot leave these 3 million Kenyans abroad without involving them and integrating them into our development.
Equity Bank Diaspora Banking. Receive money from anywhere in the world.